What you doing, Buttercup? Eating some corn shucks. We shucked some corn. She's eating away. So, who knows what this is? Who knows what this is? Leave a comment below if you have a guess as to what this is. I'll show you. It looks like little packing peanuts almost. And you can see we have a lot of it. So what do you think that's for? The panels are up and we've wired the house mostly, but they're not hooked up to the breaker box and to the house yet. Like this isn't hooked up to all of the inverter and all that and hooked to the house yet. So for that reason, we are still hauling water for the animals. So here's our water catchment tank. You can see that we have it covered with a tarp. And the reason for that is because it's white. And if the light gets to that, it's gonna turn that water very yucky and algae-like. It's not good for the animals. They're not going to drink it. It's gonna stink. So we have it covered and we just gravity feed it and use a hose to the waterers. It has been pretty dry. So we have still been feeding some hay. And I'm gonna take you over and let you see the ladies. This is going to be Millie, who is Buttercup's baby from this past fall. And then we have Elsie and Rosie and Snowflake over here. I fed the chickens. Hey, Snowflake. Yeah. You want to tell everybody hi? Yeah. Alright, so let me take you in. There's not too much different in here. We do have the doors on, locks on, because we had some visitors try to show up when we were not here. So, we now have both doors in, deadbolts on. Now, we opened this lock, the deadbolt, and it was broken, so we had to return it and get a new one. But you can't fit your hand through there to get that, so we will get that fixed. But it's actually kind of nice having the door there. Nice. Now that we have all these wires run everywhere, we have got to work on hooking up all of the outlets and switches. So you'll see in some places we've already installed the switches, but we need to go and now hook up all of the outlets. So I think that's going to be our little project for this evening. Other than that, all the wires are now run. Everything is labeled. You look here at our panel box, and all these wires hanging down. Yep, these are the little guys that we have to run into the box and into the breakers. But like you'll see, range hood, Riley fan and Riley's lights. I mean, everything is labeled on this end and on the other end of wherever it ends up. So, let's see. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, here we go. So, transfer fan. So, let's start wiring that up. Oh, transfer fan. We need to wire the transfer fan before we put any covering on the wall. So what is a transfer fan? So here is where there's a transfer fan going in our bedroom, and there'll be another one in the other bedroom. Now, what the transfer fan is going to do. So you may or may not know about a transfer fan and what that is, but our mini split unit that will have our heating and air, it's gonna be right here above this window. It's kind of dark there, but it'll be right up here. Now, this is like the middle point of the house. And so since there is a bedroom there, and there's a bedroom directly behind me. So, a bedroom there. We're gonna put in transfer fans, and what it'll do is that it will transfer the air. It'll take the air from coming out of that mini split unit and just kind of push it into this room. So it'll do it for this room and that room. It just kind of is a way for air to circulate and get the cool air from here into here, and the same thing to that bedroom. Because we're not having like a central air and heat unit, we will just have the mini split. So The mini splits here, we need to go and get that hooked up also. And we started with one. We may add to that once we get in here and see, is it not comfortable with one? We'll get another one. But we're starting off with one for now, and we'll see how that goes. See, I told you everything's labeled at this end too, so sink light. All right, let's get some outlets in. Okay, so this is probably not a surprise to anyone, but I do not know how to wire an outlet or a receptacle or whatever. Why do you think that's so funny?
Nothing, I'm just chuckling.
I noticed. All right, so here is our little receptacle in the box. Looks like this. Brass on one side, silver and the green for the ground on the other. Does it matter which side it goes on? The ground goes on?
Mm-mm.
Does it matter if it goes on top or bottom?
No, but
Okay.
I like the ground to be at the bottom. I just think it looks better.
Okie dokie. Like this. All right, what now?
I would cut it, leave you enough to run through here, so.
All right, I don't know what I'm doing, so
About
it should
right
probably
there.
make it longer for me. Don't you think?
If you want to, you're just gonna have more to back through, more extra to deal with.
More extra.
More extra. Much more better.
All right, so just cut it like here.
Yeah.
Ugh. What the world? Why did you give me this job? Oh! Okay. No, you're teaching me.
Right.
Now what?
Run it through the back.
Oh. I think this is too short. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you.
I'm about to tell you to cut it too short.
Yep. I'm afraid you did. I told you I needed extra. Because I didn't know what I was doing. This is all I got.
Alright, we can make that work.
Right.
Strip the yellow off all the way back to there, so.
This is going to be big. Right. Now push that one in. How do you know when it's like good?
They come out.
I don't know. I didn't try to pull them out.
If they don't come out, they're good.
So all it has to do is just make contact with it?
Yeah, make it snug.
You think that's good, like contact-wise?
I think they need to maybe a little short.
All right, so I got it around the screw. And I'm going to tighten the screw down. So now I'm attaching the blacks to the brass. Black to brass. First, I've got to strip off a little bit of this wire. All right, before I put it in there, what do you think about my work, sir? All right, not bad for my first try. I'm gonna keep working, see if we can get these outlets pretty much finished so that we can really start on that weekend list I have planned. But don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love for you to continue following our off-grid home build, and we'll see you all next time on Cram Farms.